Your financial partners joining you here today on the Don and Gino Real Estate Finance Show every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. That's right, your nationally known Real Estate Radio Network's own Don Gatling, Gino Fronti here with you in the Vault Media Studios. That's right, our custom-built studios right here at Cherry Creek Mortgage. You need to check us out at donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com, which is really cool. Is it's actually video live.
Yeah, in fact, what I wanted to mention was when you're on donandgino.com, we reference our old shows a lot. We reference our predictions. We reference things that we've brought to light early, like I was saying, maybe even a little too early. Yeah. So the good thing is you can access all that at the YouTube channel. So when you go to donandgino.com, just hit the YouTube logo, and you can go back and listen to all of our old shows. And Don takes the time to write all the headlines so that you know what the show's about.
And Shannon does too.
Does she? Oh, well,
all I know is
I don't.
Yeah, she goes through them and makes sure that we hit the hot topics, because there's 320 clips now on our YouTube channel.
Wow.
Good for you.
And you guys are on a bunch of them. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pam Ingram with Remax and Chris Ingram with Infinity Wealth Management. You guys are giving great advice on a lot of those clips. So make sure you check them out. You might get a little smarter, heaven forbid.
Well, actually, you mentioned that the 3 out of the 4 at the table today are really involved in finance and money, just in general. So I think we jump into our word on wealth real quick and talk about what is going on with money lately. It's not getting any cheaper anytime soon based on what I see. I think money's going to become a little more expensive, and we were just discussing with Chris a little bit the Fed statement, or what was in the Fed minutes. Go ahead and give us a little insight into that, Chris.
They just hinted, we called it a hawkish statement. They were just hinting at a potential raise to the Fed funds rate faster than what was originally thought. And all it was is a blurb from the minutes that just showed that there were a couple of members who thought it was a good idea. Nobody did anything. There were no changes, but it was just a few members that said, hey, maybe this is the direction we should go, and we saw the markets react to it.
Yeah, and Chris, this is why I love having you on the show as a financial planner who's got a lot of experience and a great job for a lot of our clients, in the fact that you can kind of shuffle through all this mess, because there's a lot. When you say that the markets are falling a lot on emotions, not technicals as much the last year or so?
Yeah, I mean, so much of what happened last year is Fed-driven. So,
right. I mean, they say boo and it goes away, and all of a sudden they say yay and it gets better. I mean, it's just and nothing's really happened other than they did start tapering finally, but as we expected. No surprises.
Right. Yeah, I would love to move away from that. I mean, being dependent upon what the Fed does constantly is a difficult game to play over the long term. I mean, it's turned out well for the markets, and the markets have done fabulous, but it's tough when you're waiting on pins and needles for every Fed meeting and to listen to the minutes, and it's tough. It makes decisions tough because, like you're saying, you're not going off of fundamentals. You're going off of what the next statement is that pops up in the headlines. So it is an emotional reaction to things.
I love going off of fundamentals. It's so much easier. I mean, when we make these predictions, everybody's like, you guys got a crystal ball. No crystal ball. All we're doing is the same thing you do, Chris, and Pam, you do in real estate, is you look at trends. I mean, when you look at prices, you're looking at the prices in that particular tract, not national news, not in Santa Clarita, even Los Angeles. It's, hey, by the way, there's 12 homes available in that track, and the prices are going this way. There's only 3 available there. More demand, therefore you can ask more. I mean, you really break it apart, Chris. I know you look at the technicals and the fundamentals, but then, and so do we. We watch, how fast the inflation rate's going up, and that can affect, interest rates. We watch unemployment numbers, all that. But it's difficult when we have one blurb from one member talking about from the Fed, or Bill Fisher, or somebody just saying anything, and it affects the market.
Bill Fisher's
so
like
much.
our arch nemesis.
Man.
Well, actually,
Fisher.
that brings me to a good point. So we're in a world right now of someone smart says something dumb and it changes everything.
Right.
And it is complicated, but ultimately, I think we're in an interesting place in the economy where a lot of things are great and then some things are bad. But overall, if we really do look back on the last, say, 5-7 years, we've come a long way.
Right.
We're in a good economy. That's why I'm definitely bullish on housing. I definitely think rates are going to continue to rise. Home prices are going to continue to rise. And I do want to bring up one thing I think is critical, because Don and I for weeks and months have almost been saying,
and we're going to keep saying it.
Yeah, you're gonna hear all about this bubble bursting in real estate. You're gonna hear all about it. It's all gonna be all over the place, and especially
the media like bad news.
That's all they do.
Yeah, they jump on good news or bad news. Darn it. Oh wait, we are media.
Yeah.
Oh, but we actually know what we're talking about. Heaven forbid.
Well, the national home builder number this week was the worst in 29 years. That's the headline you're gonna see. You're going to see the headline that it's the worst in 29 years. Builders are never going to build another house again. Construction is dead.
Where's my MIDI board? I want the little duck running around. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Because that's what everybody's going to think. You know it.
Yeah, but it's not true. Actually, I think what it shows is that home builders are finally being prudent. They're not being ridiculous. They're not going to overbuild. They're going to say, let's see how this real estate market pans out, and let's build as needed versus let's just build like crazy and then have all this leftover inventory that we can't sell.
Okay, good stuff, Gino. And this is Gino. See, you're just doing your homework, going over the real numbers and stuff and trends. Heaven forbid.
It's my opinion. I hope it pans out.
Well, our opinions have been pretty on because we base it on numbers. We base it on information. And you know what? I like when people give opinions. Chris, I love when you give opinions. Pam, I love when you give opinions because you guys have enough experience to go, this is what I think. There's no guarantees, right?
No.
But I love getting some real, because Gino and I have been pretty much on so far. We nailed when the bottom of the market was. We told everybody, go out and buy now. We're at the bottom of the market in Santa Clarita. And we were about 6 months ahead of everybody. If they would have bought at that time, woohoo!
Oh, they would be. In fact.
I mean, it's gone up only 23% a year since.
Gosh.
Kind of did all right there.
Yeah, that worked out.
Yes. We picked up when the rates were going to go up. We warned everybody that they're going to go up. Be prepared. And they went up the fastest in history. And now we're warning everybody that year-over-year appreciation, the number that basically says that homes have appreciated this amount year-over-year. And nationally, it was up to 12.4, 12.5%, which was huge. We didn't think double digit, even higher than we thought. And then in Los Angeles, we're looking at 24% or so.
Yeah.
Those numbers are going to go down, and they have to go down because we cannot keep up a 24, 25% pace. We've done this once before, right?
Yes, we have.
And that's when we had the big tankage crash, and we don't want that. So what's going to happen is once we get where it really kicked in gear, it's going to start slowing down, and we're already seeing it slow down now. But the media is going to, again, jump on this. They're going to be all over it saying, here comes the housing bubble, because they're going to take what Gino talked about, which is, oh, the builders aren't building anymore because they know the housing bubble's coming. Oh, the year-over-year appreciation is going down. It has to go down. So we're just forewarning you, do not dive into the hype. It will go down. We already went from 20-something%. We're below 20%. Oh no! How about that? I'd take 20% on my $400,000 home.
Oh yeah.
What do you think, Chris? As a financial advisor, does that work?
Yeah.
Anytime you earn 20%?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
I'll take the 6% on the average that eventually you're going to see it go down to. But that's 6% on $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $1 million home. That's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, you're not getting 6% on $10,000, which any of us will take. But we're talking on your home. So be forewarned that you're going to see adjustments. You're going to see the media jump all over it. Do not go in the hype. Talk to Chris. He'll help you with what you should be doing with your finances to protect you. Talk to Pam, because she'll make sure you invest in real estate, which is one of the best investments in the world. And she'll make sure that you're paying what you're supposed to be paying for it and getting as much value out of your home because she knows the numbers.
Yes.
I mean,
you study the numbers.
You study the numbers. You can tell me what track sells for what and how fast and how many people are selling. All those things are important. Chris, you watch the numbers. You've been preparing people for a while. You've been warning them about the bond market, which we're going to talk about in the next segment because I want to talk about that, at least in the next couple segments.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to forget if we don't mention it now, so I am going to mention it now, but we'll talk about it when we come back. I want to definitely talk about leverage a little bit because I think it's a concept that not everyone understands.
Okay. Well, my wife understands it.
And real estate, I think, has one of the highest leverage multiples because of the financing we can achieve, where you can make a lot of money in a short amount of time.
Well, people can still get financing on homes?
Sometimes.
All right. I know Cherry Creek Mortgage is helping you with your dream of home ownership. So we're going to go into some of these great topics. Again, what to do in a volatile market, because it is volatile, that's for sure. And we're going to talk about purchasing a home with your IRA when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Don't go away.